Over the next couple of episodes, we're going to be focusing on processing videos and allowing the user to essentially choose between different qualities and other general user experiences. So to do that, because FFmpeg is quite a heavy load on your servers, you don't want that to run in a single request. You want to queue it up in a job. And essentially what we have to do in this case is we have to use a program such as Laravel Horizon, which will help us create more user-friendly interface to manage our queues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to install Horizon as a starter. Just compose a required like you normally would, and then just run this PHP Artisan Horizon install. Now, one of the requirements for this is that you have some sort of server such as Redis set up, something like that. I'm using Laravel Herd, which is what I'm using to basically generate this neat URL here, and basically just my server management tool. But for database and other things, I'm using something called DB Engine, which I don't think is currently available on Windows. So if you're a Mac user, what you can do is you can download this and you can set up a Redis server. If you are on Mac, what you can do, no, on Windows, sorry, what you can do is you can go to, for example, stuff like Homestead, where you may be able to run a server that on Ubuntu where you can have Redis on. There's also other options available on Windows. I'm not going to go into details about how to get it working on either operating system. You don't have to use Redis as a queue driver. You can use a different queue driver if need be. But essentially, this is how I'm going to be doing it, and I'll show you how to configure it throughout the process. So with that sorted, make sure you download this software if you're using Mac. This is going to help you significantly and make your process so much smoother. And then we want to go ahead and just install FFmpeg. And to do that, we want to go ahead and compose required. And then another important part of it is actually to set up the configurations. Now, I already know where my FFmpeg is located, so I can easily show you how to locate them as well, which I'm going to do now. So basically, for me, because I'm using Homebrew and I've installed this via Homebrew, so brew install, and then I've just gone ahead and download FFmpeg there. It's super easy. But if you were going to, for example, be using a different software, you would, for example, on Windows, you may need to download source files. So you need to set these configurations up. And the way you find out where it is by running which FFmpeg and which ffprobe, which will allow you to basically find the URL file and you just copy this in. And by doing that, you can then use this in your application. And that's the best way and the easiest way to do this. There may be other ways to do it as well, but I would recommend using this approach. So now that we have gotten that set up, let's go ahead into our Laravel Horizon, and you can see if we go to youtube.test/Horizon that we have this available here. So the only other thing you want to do is essentially set up the queue driver. Or the queue connection to be Redis. And make sure you have the correct port set as well. And the correct configuration for Redis here. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace these to my relevant configuration. You can determine what port you want. You just use this software DB Engine and you can do all of it there, which will work really smoothly. So that's all for this video. I just wanted to show you how to set these things up that we're going to be using over the next couple of episodes to process the video. Please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and let me know if you have any issues with installing these programs in the comments below.